अस्सलाम वालेकुम अली, क्या हाल है आपके? खैरियत से हैं? और वेलकम टू आवर सेशन।
Right.
इस सेशन का पर्पस या मकसद कह लें ये है कि जो आप प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के आजकल आप जो काम कर रहे हैं उससे रिलेटेड आपका एक ज़रा एक्सपीरियंस जो है आपका उसका उसके बारे में ज़रा मालूम कर लिया जाए। और प्लस सेकंड ये कि फिर आप का जो करियर स्टार्ट था वो डिफरेंट फील्ड था और आप ऑल टुगेदर इन बिटवीन 20 टू 22 इयर्स में जो है आप वो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट पे या सीनियर प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के तौर पे जो आप प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर के तौर पे काम जो कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
वो आपको किस चीज़ ने इंस्पायर करा इस फील्ड को चूज़ करने के लिए? ठीक है? ओवर टू यू
Okay.
अली।
So, bhai, thank you very much.
यू वेलकम।
And of everyone that you know in your professional circle and your personal life, you chose me to be speaking on the subject. So,
यू आर वन ऑफ द
thank you for the opportunity.
यू वेलकम।
Um, so, which one do you want me to address for my career path or the what I'm doing as a PM?
लाइक just start with your initially what you were doing at the graduation level first of all, and then afterwards what makes you choose towards totally different project
Uh-huh.
manager, totally different field of yours.
It is. It is.
So,
Okay. So basically, I was. Let me just focus on the PM and how I ended up as a PM.
mm-hmm,
So I didn't choose to be. It was not a conscious decision. It's just something
mm-hmm,
that happened.
okay.
Okay. And the reason being, so I joined American Airlines in 2016.
Mm-hmm,
मेरा मुझे जो पहली जॉब मेरी थी अमेरिकन में वो थी फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट
okay.
और फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट भी वो था आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का। अच्छा
Uh-huh,
मैंने एमबीए किया था एविएशन मैनेजमेंट में और एमएस इन एयरक्राफ्ट फाइनेंसिंग। ये मेरे
mm-hmm,
दो मेरे मास्टर्स था। बट मुझे आईटी फाइनेंस में उन्होंने डाल दिया।
okay. You're totally different altogether.
It was totally अच्छा लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट एक साल के अंदर मुझे लाइक अंदाजा ही हो गया कि मतलब मुझे फाइनेंस तो अच्छा लगता है
Mm-hmm.
लेकिन अगर उसमें जहाज नहीं हो unless there is an
कुछ नहीं है।
involvement of an airplane like you know me like I wanted to be a fighter pilot from like very childhood like the Air Force and like flying was the only thing I wanted to do so
Mm-hmm.
airplanes yeah were a key part of my life. So when I started working and I like no there is no airplanes in my 9 to 5 job, so I started missing it.
Mm-hmm.
So hence I started looking into like अच्छा और क्या कर सकते हैं चलो यहाँ तक तो आ गए
Mm-hmm.
नौकरी हो गई अमेरिकन एयरलाइंस में अब क्या करें तो वो होते like a couple of years ago like I started looking into within American there is a department or an organization called technical operations. So
Mm-hmm.
technical operations क्या है basically everything that touches the airplane and the airplane operation, not the flight operation, that's the flying part is under flight operation, but anything that touches the airplane physically, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's maintenance, whether it's anything engineering that's required, that is tech ops is the
Mm-hmm.
organization that deals with that. So skin there, like it was like I started looking at the job description and like, wow, this sounds this
Mm-hmm.
sounds cool. This is something I would love to do. People are doing projects like, okay, it's a nose to tail modification of an airplane, cockpit upgrades, engine upgrades, reliability improvement on the airplane. This is this is my
Mm-hmm.
this is my jam. I want to be in. So like internally applied for the मैंने एक position के लिए apply किया PM
ठीक है।
PM role and ended up as the senior project manager in the
Okay.
tech ops aircraft programs.
Okay.
That's so that's the short story.
ठीक है। अच्छा, मतलब एक ऑल टुगेदर आपको जो अपॉर्चुनिटी आपने फर्स्ट अवेल करी थी अमेरिकन एयरलाइंस के साथ, देन आपको उसने विद इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपको एक चांस मिला, आपने उसको अवेल किया और देन यू गॉट दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी राइट नाउ व्हिच यू आर वर्किंग एट द मोमेंट। All good.
Yes,
Okay, so besides like working as a project like a project manager, have you done any certification with regards to project management or not?
yes, I have, but
Uh-huh.
I am not a PMP,
Okay.
not a PMP.
Uh-huh.
So during like 2016, 2017, so I had the opportunity of doing another masters, and this was masters in project management.
Okay.
So from Harrisburg University, Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So every little I went for my aviation, but um, did my masters in
Mm-hmm.
project management from Harrisburg.
Uh-huh.
और उसके उसका मोटिव ये था कि मैं देख रहा था आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और रिजर्वेशन के पोर्टफोलियो. So
Mm-hmm.
in the financial portfolio, there like as you have to look after the capital plans.
Mm-hmm.
Capital plan includes a lot of projects, and
Mm-hmm.
I was dealing with IT projects like IVR. Like I don't want to name I don't want to go in the specific project, but there were tons.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I like the motivation was like, अच्छा अगर मुझे ये मैं इनके साथ डील ही कर रहा हूँ,
Mm-hmm.
capital as my role of financial analyst, but I'm looking after the project,
Mm-hmm.
financial piece of it. Let me just go and
ठीक है.
get some kind of
Mm-hmm.
PM uh,
प्रोजेक्ट
PM
मैनेजर
education as well.
मतलब वो मतलब फॉर्मल एजुकेशन आपकी कह लें कि मास्टर्स इन प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट हो गई देन इट प्लेज अ बिट like a supporting role in your current role which you are doing at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It played a pivotal role in me getting this
Okay,
position.
so what if like if a person who doesn't have like masters like you, but he do have a certification like PMP or Prince 2, which are currently like in the market, does it affect the role which you are doing at the moment as well or not?
I think PMP having a PMP
Mm-hmm.
is a great certification to have,
Okay.
regardless of which industry you are in. PMP, I think
Mm-hmm.
like once you have PMP gives you what I call like the life skills of a project manager for a
Okay,
project
so
manager.
so
Yeah.
are you planning for doing that or not?
क्यों पढ़ा रहे दोबारा मुझे? कितने
You,
होमवर्क करवाओगे मुझसे?
I guess age doesn't matter to like
No, no, it's not. It has
learn.
nothing to do with age. Yeah, I would at some point do it. It's always on the books,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean,
But still,
where I am,
right, not
yeah,
right now.
yeah. I mean, not right now. I don't feel like it's like I
Mhm.
have the bandwidth
To
to
do
do
that.
that. Like yeah, in the foreseeable like 6 months to a year, I don't see I will have the bandwidth
Okay.
to go and
That's
get
good.
it.
So, like everybody have their like
Mhm.
their views and choices as well to doing that. Okay, all good. And now with regards to like you started your career as a like as an architecture, an architect, an architect.
So yes, so my undergrad was architecture and design,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where like I think like my undergrad also is helping me or help me not only in my masters but also in the role that I'm doing now,
Right now.
because as an architect like there is a design piece to it, but there is every project like you're the leader of the project because you design the career, but then you have to orchestrate the whole thing to get thing
Mm-hmm.
executed. So there are contractors, there are clients, the same variables that the PMBOK talks about. They're all there in if
Mm-hmm.
you're building
Mm-hmm.
uh, a building or a house or whatever you like,
Okay.
an architectural project. It's the same. So as an architect, you are like in aapke andar, like you get trained as a PM also, whether you like it or not.
Okay. So like You are acting as a senior project management. What about the people, those who are just like beginning, like they're starting off their career, or for example, like doing their undergraduates, and then they're planning to do like starting their career as a project management. What do you recommend for them?
What do I recommend for them?
Yeah.
I think like uh, not my recommendation, but my experiences
Mm-hmm.
is if you want to grow, like if you want to grow and become a leader in your company or in
Mm-hmm.
your organization and in your team,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, being a project manager gives you, it's a dress rehearsal of
Okay.
you becoming
Okay.
becoming a leader. Because what, like if I have to define like what is for a layman or a common man who doesn't know what PM is, अगर मुझे illustrate कर रहा हूँ ना कि प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर क्या होता है,
Mm-hmm.
तो मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ. ऑर्केस्ट्रा ऑर्केस्ट्रा होता है ना, ऑर्केस्ट्रा में डिफरेंट लोग प्ले कर रहे होते हैं डिफरेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स,
Mm-hmm.
और
Mm-hmm.
एक there is a guy at the front with the staff, and he's waving his
Managing.
staff. Okay, what he's doing, he's basically, that is what you are as a
Okay.
PM. You're having all the instruments
Mm-hmm.
play to the same tune. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so as a leader, like once if somebody's trying to become, और ultimately लोगों की वही ख्वाहिश होती है ना कि like we achieve that leadership. तो उसमें एक PM, as a PM you get to do all these things which you're required to do as a leader. The only difference is कि वो आपको administratively team आपको report नहीं करती. You are not there. You don't manage them as from the HR perspective. That's
Okay.
the only, you have to keep them. You have to keep people motivated. Okay, you have to make things easy for them. You have to take all the stakeholders on board, or depending on what project you are doing, it's an excellent way to get exposure to the leadership or senior leaders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because then I mean, if somebody's is if each what is a project in a company's strategic plan, right? So there must be, like, there's a significant amount of capital goes
Mm-hmm.
into the project. So like leadership की नजर होती है ना उसके ऊपर कि क्या होता है. And
Mm-hmm.
as a PM you get to report to that. So
Uh-huh.
आपको एक एक रेपो बिल्ड करने का, एक फेस टू फेस आने का मौका मिलता है अपने सीनियर लीडरशिप के साथ, और you get to exercise all the management skills as well. So I think
So
it's a
like
great way to learn leadership.
so basically like you are in acting in an act to learn the leadership. So you might face challenges as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you think, like what sort of challenges would any project manager would face during the execution of any project?
Like the challenges will be the same
Mm-hmm.
regardless of which industry, which projects you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have a limit, you have a time,
Mm-hmm.
time scope, budget की limitation है, and you have to build consensus,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to be like, there is not a project जिसके अंदर issues ना create हो. As a PM, a
Mm-hmm.
good PM will develop a consensus to a path forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is that, I think, uh, is, in my experience, is the biggest challenge, building consensus when
Mm-hmm.
there are opposing wishes. And you're talking about SMEs who have, like, 30, 35 years of experience, and you have to tell them, like, you have to bring them on board and, like, like, get the project moving in the direction.
Yeah,
So
like there is a misconception, I guess, like what I observed, like there are certain projects where there is a young project manager, and the people who are working on that particular project have like certain years of experience, and then if a project young that particular young project manager would like recommend them, or say advise them that this things needs to be done in certain way, and they're reluctant to do that. So how you like how would you like handle those sort of things?
Okay. So one, the difference to understand, the key thing to understand here is, as a PM,
Mm-hmm.
you are not a solution provider.
Okay.
Okay? To a large extent, you are not,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe in some cases you are. But
Mm-hmm.
by and large, you're not you're not the product owner. You are not the SME. You
Okay.
have the SMEs working on it. You within that confine, you have to communicate in a way where, like, and bring everyone to the table.
Okay.
Okay.
So, mm-hmm.
So if you are coming from the, like, it's, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it this way. This is not a good PM.
Okay. But
This
like
is not a good PM
okay.
uh, characteristic.
So in your view, that's not a good project manager. He's
नहीं, नहीं, like, you have to, आपको SMEs की बात सुननी है.
mm-hmm.
Okay, then आपको अपना point of view present करना है.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then ask them, like, okay, because as a PM, आपका job क्या है? आपका job है कि project time पे complete हो,
Mm-hmm.
within budget. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
और like, आप कोई risks हैं तो उसको आपको manage करना. तो
Well,
आप,
mm-hmm.
okay, अच्छा, आप dissonance कब आएगी? जब आप देखेंगे, अच्छा, ये जिस तरह से भी काम हो रहा है,
Mm-hmm.
ये या तो ये ओवर बजट होगा, या ये टाइम को मीट नहीं करेगा.
Uh-huh.
ये कंसर्न्स आप हाईलाइट करें,
Okay.
ये आप प्रेजेंट करें उन्हें, and then,
Okay.
like, ask them, like, okay, how do we get around this
Mm-hmm.
solution, this problem.
Okay.
Let them participate in that decision making project process.
Okay. अच्छा, अब डिसीजन मेकिंग आ जाती है, प्रोजेक्ट को डिलीवर करना है, तो you might use certain tools
Mm-hmm.
for your project management handling sort of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
which tools do you like you guys are using in the aviation industry, or like is there similar sort of project management tools the other people are using in the industry, like for example in the IT industry, for example, or you are using some different tools as well?
मैं उससे like IT से तो, like, IT, like, IT the total different methodology we काम करती है. There's an agile methodology, like you go and,
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm,
DevOps and, like, those kind of tools. So we don't work in sprints.
okay.
I would love to at some point, but abhi to I, like, it's still it's mostly waterfall. Okay,
Okay.
and in aviation, maybe industry, maybe, like, don't, uh, like, I work for an airline, aerospace, या OEMs हैं, they may have their
Different.
own internal tools. मैं तो, like, I mean, for us, like, we use either Microsoft Project.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we build the core plan,
Mm-hmm.
and then then we have trackers built in Excel, where we keep track of action items, uh, and keep everybody on the
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
same page. So nothing really fancy or complicated that we use.
Okay. मतलब- Okay.
We started using, like, some Teams feature for that.
Okay.
Like,
But it's still
assign action items, but
Mhm.
relatively, like, tools are like tools don't make or break a project.
Okay.
Okay?
It's a communication.
It's people, like, how you manage your, like,
So basically, like what characters, like what I observed from the discussion we had. So the project manager should be a good communicator, or a
oh,
good
absolutely. He has to
and
be a
good
good communicator,
and
good organizer,
good negotiator as well.
good negotiator, absolutely, 100%.
Anything else you want to add? Like
I think there has to be a bit of leadership traits should
mm-hmm,
be in him.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Although, like, I mean, you may not own anything, but when you are sitting as a when you're sitting in the position of a PM,
mm-hmm.
it requires you to lead, guide, and enable. the team members to be able to achieve that,
Okay.
achieve the objective. Like,
So
so
basically,
there is that. Yeah.
so project manager would like acting like a catalyst, like between the project, like the team who are working on that particular project for each and every stakeholder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and in the last, like in the last,
Catalyst is a very nice word. Catalyst. You don't participate, but you still,
yeah,
accelerate or
yes.
regress. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So now in the last, what do you like as advice for like people who are just going to start their career in project management now?
Advice, like,
Yeah.
so
Mm.
let me think. What
Mm-hmm.
advice can I
Mm-hmm.
give? Oh, if somebody's starting, if somebody already started their career,
Yep.
um, I think like work on your communication piece. That's significant. Um, be and act like a weather forecaster. Like
Okay.
you have to be you have to think ahead of the rest of the team so that
Okay.
you can get it. You should have the ability. Whether it means you are coming from a technical background, like you have to do like some like for example, me, what helped me, like I was already in aviation. Like I have a very strong grounding
Mm-hmm.
because of my like my pilot training
Mm-hmm.
and masters. And plus my other experiences in aviation. So I had that kind of grounding. Why you're saying weather forecaster? Why I'm giving the example of weather forecasting and why you need to be ahead, because your team most likely and on every day they are working on deliverables.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is to be ahead of them, see what storm is coming and what can derail them, and then go back and again don't change 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 your path now.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to hit that storm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is something not a lot of people appreciate, like how important that is and how it can derail. Like you people get surprised when unforeseen like
Okay.
things happen. Yeah. So that's what I use. Communication. Uh, be open. Be open to listening to the what the team members are saying.
Okay. Okay.
And
So in the end, we can just summarize it like the project manager, a good project manager should be a good communicator, good listener, be open to observe all the views, all the
mhm.
recommendation which is being provided by from all the stakeholders and all those things.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much, Shelly, for your time.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it
My
was
pleasure.
nice talking. It was nice.
I hope
Mm-hmm.
what I my like what I have said, people find something like one or two things out of this talk
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
useful. All right.
Definitely. And thank you. Thank you. Take care.
I think I'm doing an okay job as a PM, not super great.
But
There
still.
are like in my team there are amazing PMs which
Okay.
I learn from like every day.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All good.
But if this helps anyone, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir. Have a great day.
Take care, man. Bye.
Bye.